Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let's see if I can get some people on here. We will just see if our wonderful Facebook brings us an audience, and then we're going to get this party started. So, how is everyone today? It's a beautiful, beautiful day here in Las Vegas. This is Cheryl coming to you from my home office here in Las Vegas with a very special message for you today. I'm really, really excited to bring you this message today. Above all days, I am so grateful that you're here. I am so grateful that I'm even here to be able to bring this message to you. So we're going to get started right away here. Just see if I can get Facebook to bring us a few little friends, a few people, and we're going to be rocking and rolling. And so, yesterday I had the great privilege of listening to one of my awesome mentors. I have a few mentors, and some of you know who my mentors are, but I have a few amazing mentors. And you see, I've chosen the kind of mentors that have actually done what it is that I want to do. Kind of like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. Let's just talk about basketball for a second. And Michael Jordan, we all know that he was the best of the best. And then we know that Kobe Bryant is the best of the best. And did you know what Kobe Bryant did? He modeled everything that Michael Jordan did, right down to how Michael Jordan had his tongue hanging out of his mouth, right down to the very last little detail. Kobe Bryant saw the greatness in Michael Jordan, and he followed him. He listened. And so when you think about business and network marketing, it's my question to you is, who are you listening to? And so I've got some three tips for you today that I'm going to share with you that just could be, even if you do have some great people that you're listening to, I've got these three tips that could be what is holding you back from your own personal greatness. And so maybe it is that you want to create an income of $5,000 a month, or maybe you want $10,000 a month. That's, six figures a year. That's a very nice income. Most people can save some money at that income as well. And then, of course, there's those people that want to create the income of $50,000 a month, $100,000 a month, and right up to $1 million a month. And, and even more. And do you see? You see, the thing is, you guys, is that because there are people doing it, that shows that you can do it too. Probably there's some, if you're not there yet, maybe you are there. Maybe you're already there. I don't know. But if you have not heard my lives before, please drop a 1 in the comments below. Let us know where you're coming in from. I love to know where you're coming in from and what's the weather where you're at. In Vegas, it's like over 100. It's like 104, I think, today again, something like that. Let us know where you're coming in from and let us know what the weather is. And if you're on the replay, just type in replay and let us know as well where you're coming in from for the replay. So I am so excited and grateful that you're here live. I love it when you're here live. I know I'm a hot mess today. My hair is all over the place, but I just wanted to throw it up and put a little lipstick on and get on here and share this message with you. So let me just start by sharing this with you before I get into my three tips as to really what it does take, because I really have the recipe. This is the 100% recipe. If you were to follow what I'm going to tell you today, if you were to take even these three things that I'm going to tell you, you would be on your way to financial freedom and creating that income of $10,000 a month plus. Seriously. But I know, I know most people won't do it because it is work with a capital W, work, work and more work. And so here's some things that you have to have. You have to have these in place. You have to, first of all, be prepared to learn. You have to be prepared to learn, and you have to be prepared to change. You have to change what you're doing right now. You have to learn from what you know right now. You have to change maybe the way you're dressing, maybe your hairstyle, maybe the kind of glasses you wear. Maybe you have to change the language that comes out of your mouth. There's a lot of things that one has to change, but the big thing that you have to change is your thinking. It's how you think about it. And it's the vision that you have for it. It's who you're spending your time with. Have you found that person? Who are you listening to? It's all of those things. And the biggest thing, all of those things, they're all big, they're all equally as important. Words, the words that you say are hugely important because you're telling your subconscious usually negative crap. Usually that's what's happening. What you think, how you think, you have to live it. When you want to create an income of honestly $10,000 a month and more, you have to live it. It's like when Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant became the stars that they are, they lived it. Michael Jordan had 6 different coaches in different areas that he needed. 6 different coaches. And so they live it, they live it, they live it. And that's what you have to do. It's number one is mental. It's a mental game that you are playing, and you can do it, but you've got to have these things in place. And I'm going to give you the three different major tips that if you implement these 3 things, you seriously can get to that income that you want. So do you want to know? Do you want to know what they are? Anybody, come on, give me some hearts, some thumbs up. I see a few people on here, but for some reason I can't see your names. Oh, Linda and Susan, welcome, welcome. And let me see, that's the only names I can see, unfortunately. I don't know why that is. So, okay, let's jump right into it. Oh, thank you so much for those hearts. I love those hearts. And so are you ready for it? Are you ready to know what these 3 things are? Give me some hearts and some thumbs up if you're ready to know. All right. All righty. Oh, and I see Margaret is on. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we have people from East, West, and all over the U.S. and Canada. John, I haven't seen you for a long time. Excuse me. Got to have a little drink of my juice here. So let's jump in to number 1. Number 1, really and truly, it is your mindset is your self-confidence. Now, that might throw you for a loop, but everything starts with self-confidence, because if you can't visualize it and you can't see yourself doing it, and you don't get what it feels like to have it, like you've got to live it as you've already got it. Does that make sense to you? Living it as you've already achieved it. Really, that's what you have to do. And so I want to share with you my wonderful little book here, Think and Grow Rich. Now, I've had this book for years. This book is so marked up and so much stuff in here, so much highlighting in here. It's just full of stuff. And so if you don't have this book, number 1 is go out and get this book. And then in this particular copy, it's on page 36, and it's the self-confidence formula. And you see, if you're not living this self-confidence formula, you're truly not going to be successful in much of anything. It's just the truth of it. And so I want to read to you number 1. Number 1, see, there's 5 different formulas here, 5 different parts to the formula. And I want to read number 1. I know that I have the ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Get that? Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action towards its attainment. And I here and now promise to render such action. Well, I know lots of people that say that, and I used to be one of those people. They say that, they read that, they even wrote it out and signed it, because that's what you have to do. You have to write it all out and sign it. But then they don't take the action. So I'm here to tell you, I know most of you won't want to know what I'm talking about, because you're going to have to face the reality that it's going to take this work and you're going to have to make some changes. That's what it's going to take. It's going to take this work, and you're going to have to be open to learning, and you're going to have to be open to change if you really, truly want this in your life. And so that is number one. You see, it's all about being coachable, you guys. You've got to be coachable. You've got to let this book coach you as well. You need to have an accountability. Well, that's number three. I'll come to that. So number two is action. Action, action, action. You've got to have a daily plan of what your actions are towards your definite purpose, your goal. And if you don't have that daily plan, now I know people that have trackers. So if you are in Ray Higdon's training, his big Facebook group, there's a tracker in there. Well, as Ray Higdon says, people get that tracker, and I know people that do this too. And I guess they think, well, I'm just supposed to do the minimum. I'm not really supposed to fill all this out because I really didn't do it. So I'm not supposed to fill this out because I really didn't do it. So they see how low their number could be. Well, no. It's about getting your number high. It's about going to the top. It's about doing all the things in the tracker. I don't know if you were on Ray Higdon's video a couple of weeks ago, but it was wild. He was like on fire because people would say, well, I don't know how to do it. I don't know this. Well, what do I do with that? It's all in the tracker. And all you have to do is take the action. So that is number two. Number three is being accountable. And so in being accountable, what does that really mean? What does it really mean to have an accountability partner? I really have to laugh. I have a few people that ask me if I would be their accountability partner. And of course I said yes, but guess what? They don't show up. They're not accountable themselves. So how can I be their accountability partner? I can't because I can't take them by the hand and make them do their task that they've laid out and said that they wanted to do, that they wanted to build their business. I can't do it. So you see, we say that we put these things out there. We buy the book, we read it, we see this is what it takes. But the truth is, for most people, they won't do the work. And that really is it's a sad reality, is that most people simply won't do it. And I'm sure it's not any of you guys. Because I'm sure, I can't see who's on here, but I'm sure that all of you guys will do the work, that you will do your tracker, that, if you're part of Ray Higdon's group, whoever's group you're part of, that you will do it because you've set it out. Because you know what? It's your own personal credibility. It's leaving a legacy for your family, your grandchildren, and your children even. That's what it's about. It's about following through with what you've said that you wanted to do. No one is making you. And when you really are making those changes and learning, I'm going to add this as a number 4, because this is something that I see happening all the time. People come up with these, let's just use a nicer word than excuses, and let's use the word reasons. They have all these reasons why they couldn't do it. Where really, do you think that Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant had reasons that they couldn't? Do you think they had excuses? No. That's how they became this all-star number 1 players in the world, is by living it and doing it. And so that is my message for you today. And after listening yesterday for an hour and a half to this mentor of mine and listening to his words, I just felt like, you know what, I got to get on here and share this because I know I have a different audience than he has. And I know I have a lot of people in my audience that really are struggling. You're really struggling with what to do and how to do it. And so I want to just really reiterate, if you will get this book, there are so many answers in this book, but you've got to read the book and then you've got to live it. So when you go to the self-confidence formula and you read this and you write it out in your own handwriting and you sign it and then you read it every day, at least once every day, preferably in the morning and preferably at night before you go to bed. So that is my message for you today. Now I know I may have upset a few people. I'm sorry about that. But to be in business today, you've got to have some thick skin. If you want to make some changes in your life, you've got to have some thick skin. And before I let you go, I wanted to add one other thing. You know, an accountability coach, if you were to hire an accountability coach, and that would really be a good thing to do, you're going to pay about $2,000 to hire an accountability coach, about $2,000 a month to hire that person to coach you in being accountable. It would be well worth the money because they're going to hold you to it. They're not going to let you have excuses. When you have a coach that you're not paying, well, it's like, didn't matter. You know, she or he, they're not going to notice that I didn't call or I haven't done what I was supposed to do today. They're not going to notice. Well, that's not true. They do notice. But, you know, if you're having trouble being accountable, hire an accountability coach. You can go online, you can find a lot of different people that I'm sure you'll be able to resonate with and that will be just perfect coaches for you. So that is my message for you today. I thank you so much for being here. I thank you for being here live, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Talk to you soon.